Did you know that more than 80% of non-Orthodox Jews around the world either host or attend a Passover Seder? As much as a Seder is about food and family, it's also about conversation. And it's a conversation marked by complexity and multiplicity. We have all these multiples of 4 cups of wine, 4 questions, 4 children, and we have all the symbols on the Seder plate. And each of them has a literal meaning, and then there are many, many interpretations. We have the Exodus story itself, and then in the Haggadah, we have this other text from Deuteronomy, "My father was a wandering Aramean." And we have the model of the ancient rabbis making midrash out of these texts, arguing over their significance. And that midrashic discussion is an invitation for us to follow their lead. The Seder is modeled on an ancient Greek symposium, an extended conversation over hopefully really good food and drink about really important topics. I love that so many folks, Jews and the people who love us, get to experience this core aspect of Judaism, the understanding that there's not any one right answer. Instead, there are these multiple viewpoints, and that it's in and through conversation and sometimes negotiation, that's the way we find our way. For sure, we know there are expressions of fundamentalism within Judaism, but I think that Passover is a powerful counterbalance against black and white monolithic thinking. So Passover is about complexity. It's also about empathy. Seder is an extended conversation on what it means to be in the Meitzar, in a very narrow space, and what are the obligations that come out of being delivered into the Merkavya, the wide open, God-filled space. The Haggadah teaches Bechol dor vador, in each generation, every individual should feel as if he or she had actually been redeemed from Mitzrayim. Tell your child, it is because of what God did for me when I went forth from Egypt. We are commanded to imagine ourselves in the shoes of the most vulnerable among us. And that somewhat mysterious text of "My father was a wandering Aramean," it's there in part to place ourselves in that lineage of being not just a redeemed slave, but also a homeless refugee. And then exploring that legacy in the service of awakening our empathy and activating our agency. Seder gives us the opportunity to reflect, what is the significance of this story to me, to us? What experiences and values have we inherited? What do we want to pass on? And it's not just about looking to the past and planning for the future. These explorations help us to discern how we should act today as we face moments of narrowness and oppression in our day. This year, I've also been thinking a lot about why the Haggadah pivots so completely away from the story we read in the book of Exodus, so much so that the Haggadah doesn't even mention Moses. There are religious explanations for this. There are scholarly ones. For me, this year, what's coming to the fore is that together, the Haggadah and the Bible offer us a lot of different models of leadership and of action. Exodus gives us Pharaoh, for sure, and Moses, who was raised in the palace alongside him, and also Moses' brother Aaron and his sister Miriam. They're all related. They're all so different. And in the Haggadah, the focus is overwhelmingly on God's might and on our responsibilities to remember and praise, to study and teach, and ultimately to act with empathy and agency. Here we have it, multiplicity and complexity yet again. This is helpful to me, at least, at this moment of intensity, the Meitzar of the times in which we find ourselves living. So my hope for you is that you find meaning amidst the Seder's multiplicity and comfort in its complexity. May the conversation and the company nourish you just as much as the delicious food, as you connect with ancestors and dream about the next generation's future. May your empathy be deepened, and may your next actions be clearly discernible. A healthy and a happy and a kosher Pesach. Chag Sameach.